Ajmo da nastavimo s Final Fantasy. Let's go. Kako će nas ovo komarci napali? Mrtvi komarci. Ok, what the fuck mi je quest, zaboravio sam. A, return to the hideaway, aha, ok, čekaj, to je big map, Bila mapa, Što mi nije jasno, zašto je hideaway ovdje? Kada je hideaway na moru, ne bi trebao da bude negdje ovdje onda, ili tipa negdje ovdje uz vodu. Hideaway ovdje, a hideaway na moru, to nema smisla. Ne napuingin.
Where's Gav?
Ok, vozim.
I hear there's trouble in Rosary. But none of the curse breakers ever returned.
Jadan jednooki Gav.
Ah, Clive! How I've missed that scowl.
Where's my report?
What's your kind words for your old pal Gav?
If it's kind words you're after, you're fishing in the wrong barrel. Now sit down, you fool.
Da, taman će lepo mi se napuni joystick dok pogledam prvih pola sata. Samo se nadam da neće biti neki boss. Ne, ako bude boss, ja sam će čupati joystick.
The Empire was to occupy the Dominion after the fall of Drake's head. And how pissed off all the other nations were that they didn't think to do it first.
Half a century of independence gone at the whim of a madman. So much for their bloody treaty.
Clearly, the promise of unblighted land and the world's supply of crystals was too much for his radiance to resist. And now the Republic's finally decided to follow suit, using liberation as an excuse to declare war on Sambrek. Lined up right outside the Dominion's gates as we speak, looking to starve the Imperials into submission.
And now all eyes are on the Strait of Author.
Well, the two nations beat their shields. The rest sharpen their daggers, ready to set upon the war-weary victor. They'll never see us coming. It's time we moved on the mother crystals. Four mother crystals remain in Storm and Ash. Drake's Breath near Ironhome. Drake's Fang in Dhalmekia. Drake's Spine in Waloed. And Drake's Tail here in the Crystalline Dominion.
The bulk of the Republican army marching to Twinside, Drake's Fang will be left exposed.
That is exactly the move Kupka would anticipate. And if there is anything these past 5 years have taught us, is that he loves his traps. There is one place, however, where nobody will be expecting us to go.
Drake's Breath.
Fuck, valut.
There's a shitload of sea between us and it, and I've never been much of a swimmer.
I have an acquaintance in Port Isolde who may be able to help.
Who's that then?
My uncle, Byron Rosfield.
Lord Byron Rosfield of the Seven High Houses, the trade magnate with holdings in over 100 cities. Wait, Rosfield. And you're a Rosfield, of course.
My uncle's name gave him his start in the world, but it was his acumen which earned him his fortune, along with a handsome fleet of ships.
Well, it's settled then. What are we waiting for, eh? Huh?
Autos counter, what the fuck je auto counter? Huntboard? A to je za ono oko i one stvari što sam radio. Nema smisla.
What are we waiting for, indeed?
Vidimo se. Kuda idem? Journey to Fox. Pogrešno dobro. A to je. Nisam ubio nijednog bossa. Mislim da nisam ubio nijednog bossa.
Do you think it was wise to leave, Gad? He didn't seem pleased.
I needed his eyes and nose in Dhalmekia. I'm not about to let Kupka take us unawares. Besides, he has a knack for that sort of thing.
That he does.
And wasn't it Sid who said that matters such as these are best left to dominance? Especially should one of his beloved opportunities to grow and change present itself.
I always knew that I would return one day. Return to Ironhome.
For what?
After learning the truth, you were given the chance to face your past. If I am to continue at your side, I must do the same.
We will face it together then.
To the end.
I dok. Iskreno obožavam, ovo mi je kao film pred spavanje, bukvalno. Znači, ovo mi je legit kao da gledam seriju pred spavanje. To volim da igram Final Fantasy pred kraj streama. Znači, bukvalno mi je kao da gledam seriju pred spavanje.
How far do you think your mother's reach extends? Will we find the same tragedy in the south as we did at Martha's Rest?
More than likely. Which is why we should hurry. There are still many settlements between here and Port Isolde. We visit as many as we can and hear their stories. Starting with the village of Amber.
Ono kad zaboraviš da imaš mounta, vrat. Kad ga samo zoomamo na maks.
Mockery of justice is what it is. Lord Elwyn would never have stood for this.
Quiet, you! Thought they were loyalists.
Jill, look.
Okay.
Rosaria must be cleansed of the stain which befouls her, that she might rise once again from the ashes to welcome a new dawn. 'Twould be a pity to make examples of you all, for the transgressions of but a handful.
Of course, your lordship. You shall have our full cooperation.
What business could the Black Shields have in a village this small? There's barely room to hide a bearer.
Then they must be here for something else.
You fancy dancing a gallows chick like...
Šta ti imaš?
You're a long way from home, aren't you? I suppose we won't be seeing you again.
Šta pametno?
Excuse me, but what was all that about earlier?
You haven't heard? Someone's been stirring up trouble. There have been attacks on the garrison, supplies stolen. They even say a Black Shield was murdered. The Empire wants answers, and what the Empire wants, the Empire gets.
Don't they just?
Keep your ears open, eh? The Black Shields will pay good coin for information on the culprits. You'd have to be dull as a sack of stones to think you could take on the Empire. What with their 100 followers?
We're going hunting for outlaws.
How do you like that?
There was a time my husband might have stood up to those men.
Smetterò la igrizza,
Run along now. One of the boys.
You seen him, didn't you?
I'm sorry.
The Black Shields. Just now. You seen them, didn't you? At least I think there was a Black Shield. Can't say I ever saw one before.
Was this the first time they visited the village?
What do you think? Amber's the arse end of nowhere. And they thought we might be harbouring firebrands. Huh. If only we were. I might have turned them in and become a Black Shield myself.
You don't think these firebrands the Empire is looking for could be us, do you?
I don't know. But we need to find out. Greetings, friend. We are travelers.
I know that. What do you want?
We couldn't help noticing those Imperial soldiers who were here earlier.
Don't you go telling these strangers a thing. I speak for the people of this village, and we have nothing more to say to you. You are to leave Amber and never come back.
May I at least ask why?
I don't know who you are or what brings you here, but your presence puts us all in grave danger. The Empire is a harsh master. Its demands are great, and its justice swift. But as long as we keep our heads down and pay our tributes, we are left alone. Some might call it submission. But if it will spare my people the Viceroy's wrath, then I will gladly submit. This village will not become another East Pool.
Then we shall be on our way.
Kicked.
These people live with a knife to their throats. In the mistaken belief that if they cooperate, my mother will show them mercy.
Obedience bought with fear.
Are you all right?
Sorry, It's nothing. We still don't know who the Black Shields are looking for.
Well, whoever they are, the Imperials deem them worth pursuing to the back of beyond. But other than Martha, who else in Rosari would have the courage to stand against the Empire? A new ally would certainly be welcome. Can we find them before the Imperials do? Perhaps the next village will yield more answers.
Perhaps.
Run like the wind. This pass will take us through the mountains.
And directly into the path of whoever or whatever lurks here.
Ever since the Apollo tree, we've seen more and more of these echoes.
What do you think is waking them? The Mother Crystal's collapse?
I have an idea.
No, we're good.
You're not going to like it.
Samo smo brži, bro. Zašto bi se tu kad ne mora? Op, run like the wind.
More of my mother's men.
Ej. That's how we do it. Ove sam mora da izvršim. Previše su mi se širili, to ne možda tako. Samo smo najalfa. Ah, fucking hell. Run like the wind. Ej, ček. Oh my god, fuck, promošio si. Mislim, ja sam promošio, kapirate, nema veze. O, nisam promošio, let's go.
Blood, Clive.
Samo smo bolji.
And still wet.
Fuck, neko skočio. To su palkovi bili.
You were told to stay in your homes.
Liče, sad ću ti pokažem.
The Black Shields.
You know who we are, and still, you would bear your steel. Why then, we owe you our thanks. You have saved us the trouble of an interrogation. To dwell in darkness, that we may purge the night and welcome lasting dawn. On these, our swords we swear.
Say that again. I'll show you a true representative. It's over.
Su izgubili. Izgubio sam malo health-a, nema veze, nije strašno.
Tell me what I
Znači,
want
super
to be
saiyan
able to
form
be
je heal, što je
swift.
malo broken.
Who are you looking for?
A, nije boss, nije boss.
Why, you? We come bearing a message. Your friends have been found. The branded you freed from our camps. They await you in ordeal. Guardians of the flame.
Those are Old Hill's gates.
Then we hurry.
Mi smo kao tu, okej, ja sam bio u fazonu da trčimo pola sata, ali ne. Možda potići jedan mali, a? Nema dobro, nema veze. Realno ne treba mi potpust ovog.
Find something, boy. Death.
Found her.
To je bila... Zašto veliki visi na opačke, brate? Šta im je on skrivio? Svi se normalno, jedan već zadnji nek visi na opačke.
This was my mother's doing.
Why? Why would anyone?
I don't know. I never truly understood her. But this...
Oh, Clive.
I will learn what madness drives her, and I will end it. We should go.
Yes.
We can't leave them here like this.
What?
We won't. But if the Black Shields have made it this far south, they may already be in Port Isolde.
Moramo šturma još da moramo šturma. Još odozgo, nisu.
We're approaching Newick Bridge. Though I doubt the Empire would let us cross over to Rosalith. That'll do, girl.
Didn't happen to come by way of Oldhill, did you? Saw some Imperials clad in black making for the docks just the other day.
They're all Rosarian.
But this is their home.
Ne mogu da mountujem I dalje, sad mogu. Kako samo dođe, koliko što radiš.
Fly, Ambrosia.
Laž. Fuck.
All right.
Šali se. Pozimo, ne mogu se bijem, ne mogu se bijem. No fight, no fight, no fight. Peace, peace, peace. Come in peace. Napodio me, brate, Bell spratio.
The Lazarus. What happened to this place?
My mother happened. The nobles who lived here didn't stand a chance. Let's hope my uncle fared better.
Je sporo, ako ne drži sprint. Neka držim sprint ide
That's the
sporo.
main gate. And it looks like we're not the only ones hoping to get in.
Moram da hodam.
Let us pass! My children are starving! Have mercy! Voice-ridden dogs they are! You can't ignore us forever!
Who would die on your doorstep?
Better out there than in here.
Oh,
Fuck off.
I'm the chinless bastards! Those crystals belong to us all!
I said, where were you, filth?
Back to your stall!
Cut you down where you stand.
Destroy it!
No chance of slipping through unnoticed. We'll need to find another way in. I thought we might be able to reason with the guards. Or at least bribe them.
I suspect everyone in that crowd thought the same. Was that the only way in?
Officially, yes. Strictly speaking, no. My uncle once told me that the nobles had tunnels built, so that they could visit town without having to walk amongst the rabble. The Lazarus. We'll find our way into the city there.
If you're sure. The entire place looked abandoned. Do you think it's safe?
As long as it is abandoned.
The good news is we haven't seen a single black shield since Old Hill.
Maybe they found who they were looking for.
Bro, jesam ja? Nemojte odgovoriti na to pitanje.
This is nothing like I remember it.
How quickly a crown can lose its luster.
Not abandoned then.
Oi! Visitors!
Visitors. Šta su ovi banditi, brat?
Apologies. We'll show ourselves out.
Ma, najjači te, brat, zovi još 50. Brate, kakav apologies, alo, ajme da ih tučemo, jesi lud? Šta pričaš? Caviš sad.
Not.
Mislim, šta reći? Sve dok nije boss, sve ostalo sa šokom.
I've only ever seen one man fight like that. And he's long dead.
Then perhaps it's time you joined him.
The blessing of the Phoenix.
Čekaj, bre, mi znamo njega.
It can't be. I was there when you
On je onaj
died.
čuvar što se smeškao. On je onaj čuvar što se smeškao. Sjećate se ono kad smo bili klinac? Što je nosio sekiru. Mi znamo njega.
Forgive me, my lord. I knew not whom I addressed. You have naught to fear from us. Founder, it really is you.
To je nešto se smeškao, što ima onaj killer smile.
So wait.
We can speak inside.
A to što sam mu pobio pola ortaka nema veze. Kani su dogovorio bi, ali pošto snimam klip, neću da kažem, pošto možda će, znaš, da ne spolam ljudima. Ali recimo da je tu negdje. To mogu da kažem.
We left before the Empire could make examples of us, though we didn't go far. And we banded together to form the Guardians of the Flame soon after. Alas, there is only so much a handful of aging shields can do against the might of an empire. But we've seen to it that their stay has been anything but pleasant. Of late, though, we've had our hands full just trying to keep the Duchy's few remaining bearers out of the Imperial's clutches.
The Cullings. We saw what happened in Old Hill.
Aye. The foul work of the Black Shields and their mistress.
You mean my mother? But it doesn't make sense. Even knowing what I know about her. Her hatred for bearers was no secret, but she wouldn't have been ignorant of their value to the realm.
No offense, my lord, but in case you haven't noticed, the Lady Annabella couldn't care less about the realm. She barely even cares for her own home. That much has been plain since the slaughter at Eastpool. And, since granting the Holy Emperor a new heir,
Her obsession with bearers only seems to have grown. As to why, I don't know. Maybe she can't bear the thought of anyone having the power to challenge her beloved son.
Her son.
Sir Wade, the Black Shields have broken camp. They march in full force for Buick Bridge.
Then so do we. Make ready. This is their main host. If we remove the head, perhaps we can prevent what happened at the docks from happening somewhere else. If I do nothing, then the blood of their next victims will be on my hands.
Yours and ours. We too have witnessed the crimes these men who dare call themselves shields have committed in my mother's name. It cannot be allowed to continue. We must put a stop to this madness.
We must. So let us go with you. For the good of Rosaria.
I was hoping you'd say that. Very well. If that is your wish, I would be honored to serve at your side.
And we at yours.
So, Wade, let us do our duty.
With pleasure, my lord.
Vidi je raspoložen. Uvijek raspoložen da pobije nekoga.
I imagine this endeavor will require more than just our wits.
Then let's hope Sir Wade has a good quartermaster.
What is it you require?
Nekako uvijek fajn da samo
It has been an honor.
Ajmo vidjeti.
Tell us then, Sir Wade. What is your plan?
Nothing fancy. You, Lady Jill and I make for Buick Bridge and provoke the main host at their encampment. Sensing an opportunity to end the Guardians, the Black Shields will call for reinforcements, who will be met from the rear by parties of my brothers hidden throughout the surrounding hills. This will allow us to wage battle on the bridge without fear of being overwhelmed. While the Black Shields have an advantage in numbers, you see, they prefer to fight in small units, which we can use to our advantage.
How small exactly?
Small enough, now that I have you and Lady Jill for company. I doubt I could have done this on my own.
But until we arrived, that was your plan. You haven't changed a bit.
So Wade, the bearers from Old Hill have been laid to rest.
Very good. Now make ready for battle.
As you command.
Thank you, Sir Wade. Perhaps now they will find peace.
There is but one thing which will grant them peace. Putting an end to the Black Shields.
And so we shall.
Jedini quest koji imam, ok, prioritizit ću ga, sve cool. To not main scenario, Clive will often be joined by various companions who are keen to lend their assistance. However, depending on Clive's destination, they may choose to remain behind. Aha, dobro, on je sad kao moj asistent.
May the blessing of the Phoenix go with you.
How long have you been pursuing the Black Shields?
Since they burned their first village. We tracked down the bastards responsible and fed their corpses to Stillwind. Suffice to say, that got their attention.
Aha, i on ima kokošku.
It's been a game of cat and mouse ever since.
Moram sam da proverim da svoju kokošku. Alkovoz.
Look at me sideways. How was
Come along now.
The bastard delivered.
There they are. On your command, my lord.
Ajmo na ruke ti dobijem. Spreman sam. S tim šotom svezam, ne?
What is it now? I told you! We bear a message for the Vicereine. From the Guardians of the Flame. Ha! You presume to tell us that a pair of filthy vagabonds, a woman and a dog, could guard aught against the might of the Black Shields? Then come! Die along with your flame!
Sad ćete vidiš moj flame bucky.
Forest area!
Forest area!
Your petty revolution ends here. On these our swords we swear. Bloody hell! Reinforcements from the far bank!
Another one of them to fight their battle for them.
To me, Blade!
More dragons! Worse. The Imperials aren't taking any chances. I can't say I'm first.
Nisam full killed. O?
A noble stand, albeit a misguided one. In taking it, you have but proven our point. That this land is in dire need of cleansing.
There's no one left to keep them occupied. We need to finish this.
You mean finish him? Give me thunder!
That's better.
Zmaj je bio mini boss, a veliki je bio kao isto bossić, nije bio neki hard boss, ali ovi se često pojavljaju, šta znači, vojnici ovog tipa se često pojavljaju. Nisu turbo jaki, ali, moram da ih gledam.
I don't see any more.
Nor do I. The plan worked.
It did. It bloody worked. We sent every last one of the rotten bastards straight to the mud! Lord. Perhaps this will be enough to stop the Cullings. For the time being, at least.
Perhaps. Though I doubt my mother will take this loss well. She'll move swiftly to see her minions' ranks replenished.
And then it will all begin again. I often wonder if the nation we once knew is gone for good. Her fields rot. Her people starve. We battled to preserve the flame that was, but for every foe we fell, another springs up in its place. Yet be that as it may, it is still our home, and we must fight for it. As we always have, and always will. For as long as the Firebird's flame burns in our hearts, the Duchy cannot die. And her loyal subjects may dream of a day when the Rosarian standard flies over Rosalith once more.
So wait,
Think we should fall back to Port Isolde before the garrison sends reinforcements? A sound strategy, my lord.
Controlliamo malo više. Ali Black or White complete. Ali sekira. Sad nismo došli nađemo neki tunel ovdje, ja malo zabavim.
And how long has my uncle been funding you and your comrades' endeavors?
Since the beginning. Lord Byron was the first person I turned to after forming the Guardians. And had I known of this tunnel back then, I wouldn't almost have been hanged by the city guard for trying to sneak over the wall.
I suppose a formal request for an audience would have appeared suspicious.
And appearances must be maintained. Were the Vice-Regency to catch wind of Lord Byron's involvement in our movement, they'd seize his estate and send him to the gallows, where he would be of no use to anyone. And so, though it sickens him to the soul, he plays the part of the loyal lord, knowing that one wrong move might prove his downfall. It is why he remains ever vigilant. Don't be surprised if he refuses you an audience, especially since you're famously dead.
Then I will have to think of a way to prove that I am neither wraith nor wrongdoer.
I might have something which could help with the latter. It's the mark of the Guardians. Display it, and those who love Rosaria will know where your loyalties lie.
Mi se baš čudno kjezi, neću lagati.
I shall wear it with pride.
Be sure that you do. I don't want my men attacking you again. Unless you deserve it. If only Sir Tyler could have been here to see you. Or the Lord Commander.
Thank you, Sir Wade. If there is ever anything you need.
I know. Go on now, my lord.
Radio to bez sekire. Pograd.
How accommodating. Do you really think they believe we are who we say we are?
Not a chance. Right, I guess. My uncle believes we're imposters here to rob him. And means to string us up himself.
Imagine my surprise when I was told my nephew had come to visit. Clive Rosfield died long ago. And for uttering his name here, you shall pay with your tongue!
Niče, relax. Ne baci neku vatricu, brate, uradi nešto. Nemaš mačte, bra, šta radiš?
You would mock me as well?
It is I, Sir Crandall of Camelot, loyal servant to Her Serene Holiness, Saint Sybil the Unshod. Meadow, thou vile sorcerer, for thy crimes against church and crown, I shall have thy head.
Curse thee, infectious flax wench. Even in death, must thou plague me still? Very well. I shall open the gates of hell, that thou might see thy charge once more.
Bravo, Uncle. You're still the finest Meadow in the twins.
Oh, Clive, my dear boy, it's really you. You always were fond of that scene from The Saint and the Sanctuary. Never did let me play Sir Crandall.
I have a favor to ask, Uncle Byron.
Rutherford, inform the kitchens. There'll be guests. We dine immediately.
But, Uncle...
You can't very well regale me with the tale of your miraculous preservation on an empty stomach. Go on, sit. See that you use the good plates, Rutherford.
Svaka keva kad dođu gosti. Dobre tanjire.
So you arrived late to one of her cullings, did you? Since becoming Vicereine, Annabella has been a constant thorn in Rosaria's side, but these atrocities are a new low. Something has changed. Quite what, I don't know, but the woman we knew is gone, and a monster sits in her place.
A monster?
For better or worse, I've been charged with governing this town, and thus must maintain the illusion of obedience. That's all I can do to aid Wade and his merry band of revolutionaries.
So he's told us. You have risked much for Rosaria. Our nation will be forever in your debt.
It has been 20 years, Clive. The nation your father and your forefathers fought to defend is no more. Perhaps it would be otherwise had I the courage of my brother. All right, if it's a ship you require, a ship you shall have. I've a galley in port, but recently relieved of her cargo. She can be outfitted for the voyage in a matter of weeks.
So you believe us, then? About everything?
Believe you? Ha! Only a fool would believe even half of the things you claim. But until tonight, only a fool would have believed my nephew still lived. And besides, I have it on good authority that Clive is telling the truth.
Whose authority?
Your own, of course. You've always been a terrible liar.
Is that true?
It's not untrue.
Let's say no more about it, eh? It wouldn't do to linger on my nephew's greatest failing.
Ujak klačuje.
The one thing I cannot believe, though, is all this about you being Sid. You were always such a good boy, but now you're quite the outlaw. Which, if I'm not mistaken, would make me an outlaw's uncle. Right then, who shall we pillage first? Rutherford, fetch me my cutlass. This will be fun.
Rad živite život, to jest uvijek živite život. Boga mi, kao Sea of Thieves da igram, može protiv.
Over there. Go on.
She's a fine ship, isn't she?
Background glasove.
Once outfitted, she'll bear us across the boiling sea to Drustenus in the space of 3 days. Something on your mind?
Monsters. When I served the Iron Kingdom, I did so because I saw no other choice. Because once they learned that the lash would not move me, they turned it on those who could. And so I became their puppet. I let them pull my strings, telling myself it was not my hand that swung the sword, but another's. I removed myself from the truth so I wouldn't feel the pain it caused. And before I knew it, I no longer felt anything. Anything at all.
Gotova epizoda, mislim i ne treba više baterije u džojstiku.
I had become a monster.
Jill.
Vratim, pari ne slušaj se.
I don't want to be a monster, Clive. Do you understand? I want to choose a different path, a better path.
Jem wireless joystick opet. PogChamp.
To live on my own terms. But before I can do that, I need to come to terms with my past.
And when you do, I'll be standing there with you, just as you stood with me.
No, Keith.
Thank you, Clive. I must atone for my sins. Only then, when it's done, will the monster cease to be.
Just promise me that you won't die with it. Now, let's get some sleep. The journey back to Benamir is long, and there is much to tell the others.
Mislim da ona samo ostaje da on ide bez nje. Bog sam skapio. Ili će zajedno samo ide, ja sam sasvim. Najzad u Hideaway. Here be monsters.
Only the Founder knows what awaits us in the Iron Kingdom. But Vivian could probably make an educated guess.
Okej, bro, šta se dogodilo sve? A new missive has been delivered. A new quest is available nearby. Holy fucking shit, ljudi, smirite se polako, šta mi? Ovo je previše stvari koje se dogodilo odjednom. Da vidimo šta je ovdje. Šta ti imaš, Sharon?
Finished, are you?
Dobro. Ovaj brat vjerovatno nema ništa novo.
What do you want?
Da, nema.
Anything else?
Samo trebam da odem u jednoga plusić tamo.
Headlands wouldn't be half as bad to hold the bloody dust.
Nešto sam dobio u ovom fazonu. A? Dobio sam. A, Bružez, aha, dobro, okej, to smo dobili. Dobro. Dobro, ona se raspada s njim, to je ne raskida, samo malo odlazi. Dobro. Dobro. Znači, to smo rešili i to smo rešili. Sad trebamo otići dole. Ovdje novi plusić. Šta god je tu, mislim da taj plusić prvo uzimamo i onda ga kolamo za večeras. I onda posle nastavljamo main quest. Ali mislim da ovaj side quest želim da uradim pre nego što kolam. Mislim da smo sad već na sat vremena, ali svakako želim da uradim ovaj plusić. Prošli put kad sam radio plus dobio sam mounta, tako da... Da ćemo vidimo šta je ovdje.
Ah, yes. I'll stick with Nectar if it's all the same. The hunt board. It's where the curse breakers post sightings of particularly fearsome beasts. Just because they can't be dealt with when they're spotted, doesn't mean... Right. The people of Valisthea are going through... The last thing they need is ungodly, and perhaps I can.
Ok, znači ovdje mi je board. Aha. Izmaja, brate. I onda mi ovo daje nagradu, a ne znam šta je ovo, to je malo laki. I onda kao, aha, okej, C rank, B rank, kapiram. To mi je handboard. Dobro, znači ovdje mogu da nađem u suštini čudovišta i mogu da ih lovim. Ovo su kao side questovi, to je giga chill. Ovdje mi je LA reportovi, to su mi side questovi.
Always something in there.
Ovdje je... šta je ovdje?
Oh, Clive!
The patron's whispers that...
Oh no, I still... Come to claim your just desserts?
Renown, dobro. Aha. Znači kako dobijam renown, tako dobijam 400 ability poena, pa to nije užasno, brate. Mada nije ni berserkering užasan, da se ne lažem. Aha, znači moram da buđim renown da bi mogao dobijem ovo. Pa to 400 ability poena je decent. Ali to neću sad uradim, hoću ja samo da uradim ovaj quest sad.
Clive!
Is something wrong?
It's Blackthorn, and if I'm honest, he ain't been for a... Normally it only takes a couple of drinks. Something's getting him down. It's like he's lost his spark, you know? But I'm thinking he might if we both bent it...
Ajde.
Fine.
I knew you...
But if he doesn't want to talk...
Alright, now, he'll only smell a rat if we both turn up at once. So, wait a bit, then...
Ok, mislim mi 85 daje Berserker's necklace, što je cool. Mislim, fora je što ovi obični side questovi su zeleni i oni mi daju tipa manje nagrade, a ovi plusevi su mi bitniji. I plusevi mi obično daju neku bolju nagradu, tako da mislim da je Što mogu baš zamisliti da je ovo chill, mislim ja sad kao snimam za serijal pa neću da radim sve side questove, ali mogu zamisliti da je giga chill ovo igricu, ovako igraš i polako loviš čudovišta, zezaš se, vajbuješ, bole to. Mi došli u isto vreme, rekli smo nećemo dođemo u isto vreme.
1st August, and now you pair up to. What's it got to do with me?
August was worried that something had been weighing on your mind. I thought you might want to talk about.
I told you not to stick your...
Clive just wants to help. Talk to him. Please, mate.
It's not the sort of thing you bother people.
Why don't you tell us?
Nijemo šta ga muči.
Karen and I have an arrangement. I keep an eye on Goots, and she shows me what the competition's up. Anyway, the other day, she shows me a cuirass she's come by. Masterpiece of... Made my stuff look like every club. I should have brought the bastard thing there and then just to study it, but I was too proud. There. You happy? You got what you came for?
All right.
Znači, dobit ćemo neki dobar deo opreme ako uradimo ovo sigurno. Ako rešimo ovaj quest, dobit ćemo taj deo opreme sigurno. Što će nam pomoći kasnije, tako da vi take those.
I always thought of old Blackthorn as a bit of... Didn't think anything could rattle him.
Blackthorn's always taken pride in his craft. Something tells me this is... If he has doubts, it will affect his...
I couldn't agree more.
He said he should have bought that cuirass. Assuming you're happy...
Too bloody right.
Glad to hear it. Karen, Blackthorn mentioned that you'd recently come by 11.
And he ain't been himself since he saw it.
Sorry, sold it. Didn't think Blackthorn cared for it the way it turned, but it was nicely put together, that's for certain. Makes all his stuff to order, but the fella who commissioned it refused to pay. He didn't like the...
You don't know where we might find...
Like I said, he don't trust hunters neither, which means he spends as much time...
I see.
He did tell me something, though. Apparently, his next commission's...
Here, there's a griffin on the hunt board. The curse breakers were placing bets on who... Now, where the bleeding hell was excited? Somewhere...
Thank you, Karen.
What should be the name
you admit?
So, it sounds like going after that griffin might be the best chance we...
I'll leave the hunting to you. While you get on with that, I'll ask around the markets. See...
Good idea.
Use the hunting board. Zašto ja vrtim u krug kod debil? Nemojte mi odgovoriti. Znači moram do hunting boarda da vidim gdje je griffin. Nađem ga, odem, rešim ga, vratim se, dobijem najjači deo opreme ikada. I sad se pojavio griffin, evo ga. Čekaj, what the fuck? Zašto mi dalje stoji ovo ovdje? Znači kaže... Dozmer... Kier Novert West Gate Sambrek. Znači to je to, idemo u Kane North Sambrek, brate, šta mi nije jasno to. Čekaj. A zašto? Ja sam zbunjen, zašto mi... Čekaj, stani. Zašto mi i dalje piše ovo? Zbunjen sam. Znači, pitao sam ga? To? To? Kar North West Gate Sambrek. I ja ne mogu kliknem ništa ovdje, znači to je to. Znači ja i guess da samo idemo dalje, nema šta. Iako mi piše da ne idem dalje, mislim ne idem dalje. Ovo je Southeast, Central, South. Znači Central, ako je ovo North, a ovo je Southeast, znači West je ovdje negdje, znači portam se ovdje. Šta? Flipam ga i to je to. Ali još 100 sklekova i 500 čučnjeva. To je to. Si lagan. Ne. Old road. Gdje bi on trebao da bude? To mene zanima sad. Nisam siguran, stvarno. Sad ramišljam i stvarno nisam siguran. Znači ovo je south, znači west je ovde negde. Ali i dalje mi iz nekog razloga piše da trebam da vidim vamo. Ja sam ga locirao i dalje ne mogu da izvalim gde je. Jako sam zbunjen. Veoma sam zbunjen. Nema, tu je, nema šta, mislim. Ja sam tu i u teoriji bi trebao da idem west, ali... A gde je west? Ovde. Yes. I to je south. Ja nemam gde west da idem, brat. A ovo je već north. A nema šta, Cave North, mislim, mora da je ovde negde, ne? Ne znam, ovdje negdje bi trebalo da je, ali nema ništa ovdje.
I can walk from here.
A ti si, brat moj, NPC.
This is no time to ride.
Nema ovdje. Legit nemam pojma da trebam da idem. Znači ovo ide ka centralnom. Mislim, ne znam da sam trebao da kliknem nešto fazom dole ili šta. Ako neko ima neku ideju, pišite. Probam.
No need to ride from here.
Dobro, znači probali smo tu. Jedino drugo što nam ostaje je ovo, zar ne? Ovde negde. Šta to znači? Nešto je pisalo. Čekaj, šta je pisalo dole? A to je ovaj ovde. East. Znači, brate, nema South, East, North. Brate, Central. Znači, ovde je West. How the fuck do I get to there? Odavde ne mogu ništa, ajde, mislim, nemam pojma, nijedno glup sam, brate.
There's talk that the glass... How the... Is anyone supposed to afford that?
Yes. Aj, probat ćemo. Treba samo ići s druge strane grada i da isprintam da vidim. Ako neko ima ideju u chatu, pomagajte bratu, jer ja ostajem bez ideja polako. Mislim da mi se čini ovo kao neki play, ovde negde neka pećina mora da bude. Zar ne? Mislim, idem westernmost point. Što je ovde? Tako, da. I ovdje je... Znači, od ovoga više vest nema. Šta je ono tamo?
Safe.
It's the same as the one back at the hideaway. Doesn't seem to be working though.
Če pogledam mapa. Westwatch ovde. Ovo je Northern Rosaria. Nije Rosaria. Rosaria je ovde. O, ima tu. Ovde piše South. Ovo ovde je Rosaria. East Rosaria, South Rosaria i verovatno Central. Ovo je verovatno West Rosaria ovde. Southwest, da. Central, Northern. A ovaj ovdje deo je Sambrek, a u Sambreku trebamo da ga nađemo. Ali, vidiš, imamo South, imamo Central, imamo North, imamo Southeast. Znači, West je ovdje. Znači, ja ili odavde iz East Rosarije mogu da pređem vamo nekako, ne znam nija kako, ili odavde idem levo. Jer to je jedine dve stvari koje mi pade na pamet ovdje, baš je zeznuto. Da recimo ja sad ovdje odem unazad. Gde me onda stavlja? Ajmo da vidimo.
Let's go.
Da, ovdje mi ne da, znači open world map, tu mi bukvalno ne da. Baywatch, a brate Pamela Anderson. Einstein's Gate, Anaheim Chapel, Mel Workshop, Eastwatch, Markets, Westwatch. Westwatch. Čekaj, ili moguće da sam tu bio i da sam samo izintovao, ne? Možda jeste, možda sam samo, ne, znači možda je legit Westwatch, brate. Možda sam bukvalno prošao pored, moramo probam još jednom. Nisam hteo da ulazim u ono, rekao, ajde, tamo nema ništa. Ali West sam reke, nije Westwatch, ali nema veze, otiću unutra svakako. Mislim, ili je to da se vraćam nazad u ovaj, kako se zove, a realno nije toliko daleko čim izađem iz grada, tako da fuck it. Možda ga drže zarobljenog tamo u onim vratima. Ajde ćemo da imamo. Ajde.
Let's go. Fly, Ambrosia.
Tako, ništa blizu. A tamo desno isto nešto. Mislim, tražim Grifina, brate. Koliko Grifin može bude uštekan, ono, Grifin je, brate, veliki Grifin.
Alright.
Znači, realno mogu ove likove da prebijem. Da ne mogu ni da uđem, brati. Da, ovdje ne mogu ni da uđem. Ovo je legit samo zatvoreno, brati. Da, znači ovdje sam rip. A ne, tu je, nismo. O? Brate, leti gore nešto, ali nema gore ništa. Tamo nam je onaj obelisk na kraju i to je to, tu nemamo ništa više. Ovdje isto nema ništa. Ništa, mislim da je play da otvorimo world mapu, da se vratimo nazad na hideout, da kliknem još jednom na onu tabelu, da vidim da li postoji nešto što nisam kliknuo kako treba i da kolam epizodu. Malo je duže potrela epizoda, ali ako neko, pošto će ovi izaći relativno brzo, ako neko dole u komentarima zna gde se nalazi ta ptica, ostavite dole u komentarima klip. Jer da moramo negdje da je nađem. Ne, jer i dalje me quest vodi ovdje, a mislim... Nektar nije turbo beskoristan, nije turbo koristan. Znači kaže, aha, dobro, evo tu je, ja sad imam ovo ovdje, ali nema što da radim ovdje, evo. Kocka, trogo, krug, ništa, na krug me samo izbacuje. Hunting boards, evo tu. Here, Norvent, Westgate. HR Norvent. Legit mislim samo glup. Znači, gledao. Ako je ovo HR Norvent Glorious Gate, ovo je HR Norvent neki gate, znači odavde se stiže do Feniksa 100%, do ovoga, sigurno. Samo treba nađem West Gate ovog... Ovdje mogu se vratiti. Ili... Ovdje me vraća na world map, ali tako? Pokušam da provalim, ovo je Northridge, pokušam da provalim gdje je HR Norvent. What the fuck is that? I gdje je? A možda? Rivergate. Da li je možda to? Mislim, HR Norvent je ovdje u sredini. Rivergate je Westgate, zar ne? Znači, ovo bi trebao da je Westgate. Jer ovo nije Westgate. Možda tuda, pa dole, tuda, otkud znam. Ja mogu ovdje, sam mogu tu da prođem možda. To je možda preveliki flip, ali iskreno probat ćemo svejedno. Ajde da probam. Znači gore, most, pa levo. Ok.
Faster!
Mislim, jedno od ta dva mora da jeste. Sad je samo pitanje koji je. Brate, naljutio sam kozu, ne mogu vidjeti 100%, da moram na most. Ja trolam. Ne, ja trolam 100%. Molim te, brate, kozo, mnogo se teško kontroliš. Da vidimo da li mogu tuda. Ako nije tuda, onda je ona s druge strane, 100%.
Straight home now.
What the fuck je to? Sam ga ubao? Mislim da ga nisam. Nisam ga ubao, naletao sam slučajno na... Nema veze, može. Ajme.
If that's what I think it is, this isn't gonna be easy.
Ovo, polako. Da, Westgate River, ima smisla. Dobro, bar znam šta mi je činiti onda dalje. Dobro, znamo gdje. Cloude daj. Izlale. Iskreno. Good stuff. Da, i onda jedini gate koji ima smisla je River koji je... Sad je pitanje da mogu stići do ovdje, ne mogu. Da, znači ovdje treba doći, ništa. Portaćemo se ovdje pa ćemo ovdje ga kolamo, mislim da je to play. Good freaking stuff, ima smisla, pošto je taj Caer Nord, on je ovaj zamak, što znači da skidam ovaj ovdje mark i stavljam ga ovdje. Što je tu negdje Fenix i onda kolam epizodu, to je pa.